Welcome to Married AF. We are your hosts, Brooke and Randall Fowler. On this show, we discuss the topics that really matter.
Like big veiny cocks and our favorite TV shows.
So pull up a chair at our kitchen table and hang out.
While I bulldog my nuts. There will be no bulldogging my nuts tonight.
But why?
Welcome back. We're excited to be at the kitchen table again.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Hopefully that smooth opening transition sounds good to you guys. We have new technology here.
Yeah, we're trying out new shit. There's
We're
all kind of
fancy.
cords and shit everywhere.
So hopefully there's not a big drop off right after the intro now. Felt good. I liked it.
Felt natural.
Yeah, so we didn't have the bonus episode. We've been a little busy, and we've been trying to line up our first guests. So now that we can,
Like phone guests.
have people on the show via phone or Skype or some of that shit. So
Yeah.
hopefully tonight we'll be able to make that happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, we got somebody hopefully going to call us. And before we get too far into everything else, I wanted to mention Perry Johnson. So Perry and Lindsay Johnson are some podcasting friends that we've made, and they have recently gotten some horrible, terrible news about Perry's health. So just wanted to give them a shout out, let them know we're thinking about them. I actually went and was looking at some stuff on We Have Merch, and right on the homepage of wehavemerch.com, they had a Hello Cancer WTF sticker for $5. So I got one last week. I don't even think I told you, but like their podcast is Hello Life WTF. And since they've gotten this news about Perry, he's got multiple things going on, I think, in his stomach and esophagus. And so they've got this hashtag going for Hello Cancer WTF. And so just wanted to give that shout out. Let you know we're thinking about you.
Yeah. Yeah, so support that cause. I know that they've got a GoFundMe also. You should be able to find that if you just it's pretty much everywhere on Twitter. You can look up their show at Hello Life WTF.
Yeah.
And there's all kind of information linked to that. So we wish them the best. The first segment we wanted to go into this week, which is we're going to be introducing a new segment. You guys know all about Patrick Motherway. He's a big friend of the show, big contributor question-wise. He really got the ball rolling for us for
the bonus
questions.
episodes.
And so we've actually had a couple of people now that he's been a reoccurring question asker. I've had a couple of comments about him, and then we actually got a couple of questions that were for Patrick. So I spoke to him, and he's more than happy to always entertain those questions and give some of his valuable insight. And so I think we're going to call this segment Money Tips. Muddy Tips.
Oh, it sounded like you said money.
I did say money, and I don't know why.
I was like,
But Muddy,
doesn't.
which is Patrick Motherway's nickname, Muddy Tips, not Money Tips.
because that's just boring.
I'm the worst. So, the first question for the very first segment of Muddy Tips is as follows. And he will be answering the questions. We have his answers for you. Patrick, since you asked about penis size, I wanted to see if you would answer my question. My wife asked me a few months back if I would be okay with her purchasing a dildo. I couldn't say no, so I said that I was fine with it. The dildo was fine at first, but a couple of weeks ago I did the math and realized how much bigger the dildo is compared to my average size.
I feel like that's bullshit, by the way. I just did the math like after a week or whatever. Bullshit. You know, right? When you got that thing, you were busting it out and comparing it.
Oh, I think
Just
she
my
got
thoughts.
it. But let me
okay.
finish the question. I
Sorry.
agree with you. I think you're onto the right track. So, Patrick, what would you do? We all know that size does matter. Full disclosure, the dildo is black. The color of the dildo is not what bothers me. Thanks. So, here's the way I look at it. Is obviously the wife went and bought the dildo after he said he was cool with it. So I don't think he picked out the dildo and purchased it for her.
Okay.
But I'm with you. He would have compared size with that thing the very first time it was introduced.
Immediately. Yeah.
But maybe he's a little dick guy.
All right.
Who knows? It's nothing you can do. If you're a little dick, you're a little dick. But let's hear what Muddy has to say.
I feel like this.
Here is Patrick.
So this is a great question. What to do when you buy your wife a giant black cock? Well, there's a couple things about this question that kind of make it hard to answer without knowing some more things. First of all, is she no longer using your cock? Because this is a very important part of this question. If she is now only using this dildo to pleasure herself, then, sir, you have a problem. And I don't know what to necessarily you can do about that. Maybe you just try growing and stretching. I don't think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and put your dick in blackface, but, you could always try that just in case she's hungering for the black cock. But look, man, I mean, it's generally a good thing to have your wife, just be a sexual person and want to have a dildo and also know how to pleasure herself. But I think the key here is to make sure she's still using your dick to do it also. And just probably much like yourself, I'm sure you whack it off every once in a while without her knowing about it. I think it's just as good for her to go ahead and take care of business whenever she needs to. And hell, man, I mean, if she's still using your dick and she's using that on the side, maybe every once in a while, maybe you incorporate that and have a little fun with her. Nothing like being able to double team your wife all by yourself. So I think maybe you either just got to broaden your horizons and see if you can't find a couple different ways to pleasure her and maybe incorporate that a little bit. If she's still using your dick, then I don't really think you got a problem here. I just think she just likes to take care of herself every once in a while. And other than that, I think just go ahead. If you're going to go ahead and bring that into the bedroom, you better watch your old cornhole just in case you get a little surprise. Or hell, man, maybe you like that.
I just like how he says cock, just like you do.
Mind-blowing advice.
That's how I know y'all are friends.
Cow.
Cow. Yeah. So
Motherway dropping the serious knowledge.
she's just spicing it up. Yeah. I mean, basically is what the cliff notes of his answer.
And his question is key, though, to the guys. Is she still interested in his dick?
I mean, you would think that he wouldn't need to ask a podcast for advice
Oh, sure. I mean, I would hope so.
on that, like
Absolutely.
that seems like an obs issue.
I mean, it sounds to me like he's just packing a small Johnson, and maybe she got an above average Dildleton. He's just got to learn to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's basically what Patrick said. She can't go marry the dildo or
Have a
and
relationship
he can't
with it.
consider it cheating. I mean, he said yes. This is where you got to be able to tell your spouse your real answer. If he wanted to say no, he had one chance to say no, and he chose to be a bitch and not say how he really felt. So now he's got to stare at the big black dildo.
No, or maybe that is just the way he really felt. And then when she brought it home, he was like, oh, That's what. Okay. So.
Very possible. But, I mean, you heard what Muddy said, and we support his
Clearly,
answer 100%.
Yeah, I feel like this is turning into Loveline.
It is. All right, the second question was very interesting for Patrick.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I had previewed the other answer. This one I have not. So this is going to be.
Yeah, this one's funny. It says, "Hello. I love my fiance, but she has one major flaw. She has a gorgeous body and she fucks like a hell kitten. But the face she makes when she comes is disturbing. It is the same face every time, and I do not think I can look at it for the rest of my life. The best way that I can describe the face that she makes is to show you the attached picture. What the fuck do I do? Signed, Desperate." The key is the picture that he attached. And it is of Rodney Dangerfield making the I don't get any respect, like big eyeballs face. And if that's the face she makes, I get the concern, but I don't think it's as bad, as deep as he's saying. But let's see what Muddy Tips has to say.
Question number 2. What to do when your girlfriend's O face is a hell no face? Well, man, I'm going to give you props first here for saying that at least you're hitting it right and getting that O face. So congrats to you on that.
Amen.
Secondly, man, I think this is just you looking for an excuse to move forward. If this is the only problem with this beautiful girl, that you can't stand her O face, then honestly, I think you're just looking for an excuse to get out of this relationship. I don't know if it's whether you're scared about being married, or you're scared about the amount of time you've spent together, or you're just scared about fucking the same person over and over for the rest of your life. But I'll tell you this, it's a big world out there, and there's not very many girls willing to sit on your knob and bounce up and down, and there's probably not very many of them that are going to give you an O face. Most of them are going to give you that frowny face. They're going to go ahead and deal with you and move on. So my advice to you is you need to look hard at your relationship, see if this is the only little thing that's going to keep you from moving forward. And if that's the case, I'll tell you, you're a dumb man, and good luck, because I don't think you're going to probably find anything better.
I think that is solid.
That is the only logical answer to that ridiculous question.
Perfect answer, and he nailed it. If she's getting there anyways, then just be happy.
Oh yeah, it just sounds like he wants out. I agree
right.
with
If
you're looking for,
you're reaching for some shit to be
the
wrong.
bottom of the barrel. If your only worry is the face that she makes when she blows her creamy load.
Ew, gross. Stop. Stop making it gross.
It is gross to other people. But, I mean, there you have it. Yeah. Muddy knows all.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Muddy Patrick.
You can Patrick Muddy Tips.
PhD.
You can call him whatever you want, but feel free to send questions if you want specifically for Muddy to answer your questions. Just put that in the email that you send over to us at rfowler1212@gmail.com. And Patrick has assured us he will answer any and all questions, and I'm sure we'll have him on the show.
Yeah.
Eventually by phone call.
Yeah, this is the time when we record. He's typically, I think, putting his kid to bed because it's an hour earlier.
Yeah, he's in Chicago.
We have just put our child to bed and then we record, but we're on East Coast, so.
Yeah. Sometimes Patrick likes to listen to the podcast if we've uploaded it in time while he rocks his kid with earbuds. Definitely doesn't want to corrupt the child's brain.
It's a learning experience for a child.
Hey, I get it. So, I think that was a successful segment.
Fantastic, yeah. All right, so now you want to call Amanda. She just texted me and said they're ready.
Amanda.
Amanda from Blunt Mommy is who we're going to talk to tonight.
And
I believe
co-host Chris.
Yeah, and Chris is there as well. So let's give her a call.
Let's see how this goes.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah,
What
I
up?
can hear y'all perfectly. Hey, how y'all doing?
Shit, you know how we do.
So I have to ask, where'd y'all eat tonight?
La Coretta. We eat at La Coretta fucking.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know that one. I was hoping it was going to be like the Chimes or some shit that I knew.
No, we eat it. It's off Government, right across from Calandro's.
Oh,
There
okay.
every month.
It's kind of away from LSU. Not a very well known area, probably for people from out of town.
Yeah.
Well, no, Brooke.
I used to live there.
LSU.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you told me that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And your
So she went.
your Facebook post the other day had me all nostalgic when you were talking about Government and Acadian. I was like, oh, I used to live right there on Kenmore, like behind Catholic. I actually used to live on Kenmore at one point, and I also lived on Arlington, also like a block away from that.
Yeah, that's like maybe 2 minutes away from my place.
Nice. I love that part of town. I was like trying to look it up and show Randall, but apparently I
Dude,
drove.
fucking Mid City is the best.
It is.
Do y'all ever go to Spanish Moon? Isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
No, actually, we don't.
We haven't, but we were talking about going with your neighbors. They wanted to go like 6 months ago or 5
Well,
months
okay. 6 months
We were
ago.
drunk as shit when they asked us. You probably didn't remember.
I don't.
Yeah, that was my place. Like all my friends worked there.
I frequent Radio Bar.
Is that downtown?
No, girl. Okay,
No,
it's right
no.
by where. No, Radio Bar is not new.
It's 3 to 5 years old.
Oh, yeah, and I've lived in Atlanta for 12 years now, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's right down the road. It's my favorite place because it's really chill. I mean, some people are like, "Oh, there's a bunch of hippies in here." No, it's really chill. They have fucking ping pong. They have darts. It's chill music. You don't have, like the teeny boppers like Tigerland
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
motherfuckers up in there. Oh, I know. So
I didn't even
It's
hang out at
people-
Tigerland when I was like a freshman at LSU. I don't even think I ever went to any of those bars.
well, you looked out on that one because that place sucks.
Yeah, I would just go to New Orleans instead.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what any of
it's
y'all are referring to because I'm an Alabama native.
Yeah, sorry, we're
Roll
alienating
Tide.
everybody, but
Okay, look,
Baton
I'm not-
Rougeans.
I go LSU. I'm not gonna hate on you for saying Roll Tide because I had this enormous, huge crush on Nick Saban.
Everyone does.
Even though he's shorter than me, I still think he's like a hot ass motherfucker.
He's a tiny fella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good looking fella. I mean,
He
is
is.
good
I
looking.
mean, I would totally do
I don't think
damage to him.
I don't think he's shorter than
He's
you.
shorter than me.
No, I've seen it lots of times.
He's
shorter
itty
than
bitty,
me.
but
Yeah, he's not a very big guy, but
It's not big.
I've got a pressing question that I need you to answer immediately.
Oh God, I think I already know
no,
what it is.
no, this isn't. This is nothing yet. This is just getting to know each other. But I see in some of your pictures that you drink Miller Lite. What
I
is up with
do.
that?
We're drinking it right now.
We're-
That stuff gives
That
me the
is-
worst headache.
okay, let me guess.
It doesn't give us any hangover at all.
Let me
Zero.
guess. You're a Bud Light drinker.
nailed it.
Boom. Absolutely.
Motherfucking boom.
Those
Yeah.
Alabama people
He's
don't like
actually he's branched out recently because like he used to call me a beer snob and like he'd be like, you like all your fancy beers, and I like, but now he's branched out to Polliner and like he likes some Belgian white beers that are delicious.
nice.
But
Getting
What about
old.
Yingling? Do y'all drink Yingling?
I used to drink the
She
shit
used
out
to
of
drink
some
the
Yuengling.
shit out of
Yeah.
that, but it tastes like it smells like weed.
It,
Like I could
Okay,
taste.
but look,
I could.
I
s-
drink when I go to the bar and I get Yingling, I make them put olives in it.
Oh my god!
really?
Okay, it sounds fucking weird.
I didn't know that about you.
Yes, you did. It's so fucking good.
Do you like Bloody Marys?
I was just about to say it reminded
Oh,
me
yeah.
of
I'm a
Yeah,
bloody.
great.
I'm a Bloody Mary
We drank
4.
the hell out of it.
Yeah, so is Brooke.
Love them. Yes.
Not me. I'm the worst. All I like is really Bud Light, honestly. I'll try some fancies from time to time, but
Well,
I'm a simple guy.
and I mostly drink, because I'm doing the low carb shit for like a year and a half now. So
Oh God, I'm doing keto tomorrow.
Yep. Keto is what I've been on for like a year and a half. So Michelob Ultra has been my substitute for like my daily beer. Like also on the weekends, I'll drink stuff for taste, and then
Like
like
your morning beer.
yeah, right, exactly. The marathon day, like all day drinking, that's got to be Michelob Ultra because the 2 carbs versus the 4 or whatever. But yeah, then on the weekends I'll
Right.
get like some Purple Haze or whatever, and
Oh yeah, Purple Haze, man, I love that shit.
that's my favorite.
Well, so do y'all want me to dive in with the first question that I have for you guys? Because
Sure.
we'll see
Go
how you
ahead.
if you guys are ready to tango. I know you said that we can ask anything,
Always.
so
Always ready.
I'm fucking ready to tango all the time.
all right. Well, we got something good for you because at the end we're gonna play Would You Rather, and only you guys get to play. So we have some questions that'll end it up with a Would You Rather, but until then, we've got a few just regular journalistic questions to help the listeners get a feel for you guys.
Professional. Yeah.
Yes, I'm loving this shit right now.
All right.
So my first question is about you two. What's the chemistry thing? Is there a like a mild past, no past, platonic friends,
History.
maybe tomfoolery at one point, got a little weird, not weird?
Okay.
I feel some kind of tension at some point is there from me listening to the podcast.
Tension.
Not in a bad way, but that there's
No,
something.
They can hear me like bitching at you through our
Oh,
podcast.
we
so,
get together constantly.
No, because you do
no.
All over
you
each other.
definitely yell at him like at some point maybe you had some power over him.
Yeah, I think my answer. I think my answer is we're friends, but we're like an
Okay.
old married couple who's bitching at each
Okay,
other all the
so
time.
here's the backstory. I started working at the company that he was at when I was 19. And we worked there for almost 8 years together. And he was probably one of the coolest project managers there, was not demanding, wasn't one of those stuck up motherfucker engineers that you have to deal with. He was cool. So, but I left the job because they couldn't pay me anymore. Well, then we reconnected, 3 years after that?
Yeah, I love to.
Yeah, and we've been best friends ever since. So, and,
Fair enough. Yeah.
yeah, and
Thumbs it up.
we've been best friends ever since, and we do hood rat shit together. all the time. Yeah, we're always getting into something.
It usually involves a lot of drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a lot of drinking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think 2 years ago he was like, "Let's go to New Orleans for the night," and I was like, "Okay,
Done.
done." And then we ended up. In
That's
strip
never a
club.
bad idea.
No, but we ended up in fucking Rick's strip club, and I was fucking, throwing dollar bills at some bitch, and then we both of I got yanked by my arm, and I thought it was Chris, and I turned around, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" No, it was some stripper.
Nice.
So
And
it wasn't never been one of those nights where you woke up the next morning and Chris is sitting there nude with a broomstick up his ass and you both have Miller Lite cans sitting on your chests.
there was never. That sounds really exciting. That sounds really exciting. That needs to happen next time.
It was very specific.
I know.
Yeah.
With the Miller Lite cans on the chest. I mean, y'all don't understand. He has this couch in his house. It's this old vintage red couch, and it's like, it's where you want to put naked women and take photos of them.
It's a panty dropper couch.
It's a penny
Nice.
dropper couch. I've been on that couch. I will admit.
Very nice. Well,
Yes, I
red
have
velvet.
been on that couch.
Well, I know that Chris has some game because I listened to, I believe it was y'all's last show where you were all up in his ass about him not wanting for you to tag him in pictures because it could fuck up his game. with the other
Oh, yeah.
with the other chicks. Smart move, Chris. That's the way to think ahead.
I confirmed that with my guy friends. It's like you need to be incognito.
Oh yeah,
all the
I
time. You need to
tagged
be
him
flying-
in every photo.
Flying stealth all
No,
the time.
I'm with you, Chris. That is a game
But
killer.
I'm so tired of, I actually have a boyfriend right now.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But I mean, all the times that Chris and I were together, of course I tag him in them because he's my best friend.
Yeah, but you got to think you're not a guy. As a guy, that will kill his game. I know what you're saying,
Oh,
and
I
it makes
thought hell over
sense. But I mean, any girl that sees all those tags is going to throw a flag up to them. They're going to question him, and it's unnecessary fuckery.
Thank you.
So I feel you both. I mean, it's funny.
Kudos
It's
for that.
stupid though. It's
Oh, it is.
dumb.
Oh, you're right. It's gameplay,
Well,
but he's
yeah.
just trying to stay
But
ahead of the game.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're
because
right.
he could tag the shit out of me,
But
and I don't give a fuck.
It's different. Women are mean as fuck.
Yes, that's
Well,
true.
okay,
though.
well I know that because Brooke, you are a female, and I'm cheersing to you right now, and we are mean as fuck. Yes,
Yes,
I'm
that's
a mean
true.
female.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not necessarily like Chris trying to be like, I don't want to be seen with you. It's like I want girls to still want to hang out with me, but they're not going to if they see
Because he's 51,
you're all up in my shit all the
and they're
time.
Like, they see pictures of him with this 33-year-old, and they're like, "That's your girlfriend." That's what they've been telling him.
Oh, that's what I got.
That's your girlfriend.
I
That's
got
your
that.
girlfriend.
I got that.
Like these old broads.
They're right on it. I mean, they don't miss a beat. How long have you been dating this girl?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hadn't even gotten into that yet.
No,
Man,
and
these
so
old-
immediately they
These
don't
old
trust you
broads
for
are
shit.
fucking Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
All
not
right.
Easy.
So
Not easy being me.
yeah, he's
Shut up! You're so retarded.
So okay, y'all been best friends for a minute years. So what made you want to start a podcast?
It was
Amanda's
me.
idea.
It was me. I actually started it, I think, by myself.
No, first episode we were both on.
We did it
100%.
together, yeah,
100%.
on my shitty ass laptop, and because I wanted to do it just so bad, I was like, I'm not the type of person that is sheltered or anything, you know. I'm open. My sister's open. My mom doesn't give a fuck. My dad is a different story, but he don't know. But it's just, you know, I wanted to get there and talk about shit that some people don't talk about.
Nice.
And
Sorry, Randall distracted me. He was opening a beer behind me and making the most noise
Oh,
possible.
that's fine.
I was like,
I
what the
just-
fuck was that?
And I wanted to talk about, like, my experiences and shit that, you know, I've been through. I mean, not really, like, obviously hard shit, but
Yeah.
just,
Fun
you
or
know,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
fun stuff, and just get out there and just, I just wanted to open my life to the world, which is crazy as a single mom, because it's like, oh, you're a mom, blah, 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 and I just tell those people to go, excuse me,
Nice. Nice.
to go,
She does that a lot.
yeah, I burp a lot. Y'all already know I
Yeah.
burp a lot through the podcast. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so does Brooke.
Yeah.
I just, yes, queen,
yes.
yes.
And every time she does it, it's like, Amanda, why are you doing that?
I
It's a
know.
podcast.
No, Brooke is a pro.
I know. Well,
It doesn't
'cause-
matter.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's natural.
I can't
Hey,
hold it in.
but I wanted to say
No, you can't hold it
Gotta
in.
get it out.
for your
Like, probably
guys,
fun.
for you guys to be recording just on a laptop microphone, that shit sounds really good for just that. Do y'all
They
put?
don't-
Are y'all in like a box or a?
No,
No,
we're just
we're-
like in a living room with
Maybe-
a MacBook Pro.
Oh, maybe because I live in a townhouse condo thingy, and one whole side of my wall is nothing but bricks.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that may
quiet.
help.
So that could be it. And then
We've got a lot
plus,
of stuff in here to absorb the sound.
yeah, and my
It's
kid.
like
Are you
we're
trying
in
to
a
say
sound
she's
room.
a hoarder?
I won't get into that.
No, I'm
but it's
just
kind of like we're in a
just
sound
kidding.
room.
So have
Fuck
y'all?
you, Chris.
I didn't say anything.
Do y'all have
Really,
plans
it makes
to
sense. It's a big house.
invest in equipment?
No, just a MacBook Pro. It's just what I've been
I
using.
mean, yeah, until I feel the need that we should get into it, as long as the MacBook Pro does it, then I'm good.
Nice.
Sweet. It sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys.
It really does. When we started using the MacBook, it sounded
Oh God, it sounded so much better. I was so excited about that.
So I also wanted to ask if somebody is listening there wanting to know, like, what is your podcast about? What is Blunt Mommy podcast about? What would you say? Because I don't even know how to really explain it except for, like, I don't know, her and Chris, they're, you know, cool best friends. She's crude and kind of gritty, you know, like in a cool way. And she'll definitely cuss your face off and talk about dicks and gigolos
Yes.
and just, you know,
See,
funny
I'll
shit.
talk about D's and B's. Basically, I mean, what we've been doing is, you know, we'll do our little recap of what went on during the weekend, and then, you know, we'll get into some more juicy stuff. Unfortunately, Chris is not willing to participate in the juicy stuff that I want to talk about.
It's not that I don't want to participate. I don't want to give all the juicy details about my experiences.
But that's basically saying I don't want to participate.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
hard out
yeah.
there for a dude, though.
You're right.
It is.
It's,
He just doesn't want anybody to come across, even though it does not have his last name, he does not want anybody to come across his podcast and hear him talk about no naughty shit. Me, on the other hand, I don't give a fuck.
No whole barred, man.
Complete,
It's all out
yeah.
there.
I don't care.
no,
I
we're the same way.
don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
I mean,
we're married though to each other and not trying to.
Oh, no, I agree. But, like, you know, what I was going to say, which is a compliment to you, Amanda, being a
look,
What?
being
that's
a
my nickname.
hey,
People
do you-
call me Amanda.
do you know where that's from? If you know where that's from, I will give you $1. Amanda.
I don't know where that's
It's from a movie.
I've been called that since high
I don't
school.
know either.
What's the name of the movie?
Can't hardly wait.
Can't Hardly Wait.
There's a
Oh,
movie?
I think I probably saw that once, and
Yeah.
I just never even paid attention to it.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt's name is Amanda, and Peter Facinelli is her boyfriend. And when she dumps him, he goes, "Who's gonna want you now, Amanda?"
Well, okay. Well, that's
Any,
Good.
anybody
Good
named Amanda, that's the only way Randall can say it. Literally.
no, and look, I'm giving Randall a high five in the air right now because people put Post-its on shit, you know, at the office, you know, like this is for, they're like, for Amanda. I keep all of those
With a
Post-its.
UH on the end. They
Yeah, I put
Love
the
it.
Post-its like on my screen and everything. Dude, I embrace that shit.
That's awesome.
Oh no, it's a fantastic name, but I can't resist it
I know.
because
Mm,
it's so good.
don't resist.
Yeah, but what I was gonna
Not
say
resist.
one more time to help out my boy Chris is it's way harder for us guys, especially him being single, to get girls to want to bang us than it is for you girls to get guys to bang you. They're everywhere
Yes, that's true.
for you guys. You can't do
I
any
mean,
wrong.
I agree.
You could be posting videos of you shitting on your coffee table, and guys would still be,
There's
oh, it's
that's-
fine.
that's
That's just
not
her
good.
acting out.
there's also a market for that.
But, you know,
Yeah,
Any ideas?
that's an
Stop
idea.
there.
no, I give it to,
I've never shit in front of Chris.
no, but I mean,
That's
you're
a good boundary to keep.
Feed a bunch, but not shit.
Well, I have shit in your bathroom, and I told you straight up. I'm like, I sprayed your
You
toilet.
blew it out.
Yeah,
It wasn't pretty.
yeah. I'm pretty gross around him. I'm so gross.
Well, so
If
y'all are
I'm-
more like siblings, kind of
I
then.
think I had to hire somebody to clean that.
Shut up.
Eh.
it's always the little ones.
We're not siblings. We're literally best friends. But I think, like, even though, yeah, I have a boyfriend, I can be my rawest around Chris than
Okay.
anybody. My family wants us to get married. Oh yes.
See, there's the tension I'm
There
talking
it is.
about.
There it is. Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere. Let's
Yeah.
y'all have a seat on my couch. Let's talk this thing out. I'll have y'all at the courthouse tomorrow. Ready
No,
to
I mean,
wrap this up.
We done kind of talked about it. We done kind of talked about it.
Yeah, our friend
I can smell it. I think
fell
it's
last week.
Does your kiddo call him daddy?
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh no, he
I'm just
calls him
kidding.
Chris.
Yeah, you've got a 13-year-old, right?
Yes.
So
but
do
he
I.
He calls him Chris, and he. I think we were on speakerphone with my sister because my sister was like, "You just need to marry Chris because me, Drew, which is her fiance, and then her 2 nephews and my mom, and then Aiden." She was like, "It's 6 against 1." Because we were in the car, and she was like, "Aiden, do you want your mom to marry Chris?" And he was like, "Yeah, I love Chris."
Oh.
And I'm like, and
Well,
she's
there you
like,
go.
"All right, it's 6 against 1, Amanda. You just need to date Chris."
Yeah, you're fucked.
That's fucked up.
That's a wrap.
She brought the kid in on it to get, man, that's.
Yeah.
She brought my kid in on it and her 2 kids on it. Yeah, it's totally fucked up.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, we've Brooks, my 13-year-old, Brooks his stepmom, and then me and Brooke have a 4-year-old together. So we feel your pain on a 13-year-old. Ours is great too, though. Like I've heard you talk about yours, that he's a fantastic kid.
Oh, Griffin's a fantastic
Griffin's a great
kid.
kid.
He's just, it's just blowing our minds that he's 13 and turning into this. Like, I want him to, be this little cute, toothless little boy forever. And then now he's just this grown man that stinks like
That
BO
shaves
and
and
Oh, I
farts
know. Aiden says
shave.
his armpit smells like onion.
yes.
yeah, it's disgusting. His
And
bedroom
I
smells like a
that's
hamster
why I buy
cage.
deodorant for him. He's like, "Mama, armpits smell like onions." I'm like, "Well, this is why I have deodorant for you."
Right, and maybe
You know.
trim the bush in there because Griffin looks like he's got buckwheat in a headlock for real.
Yeah, it's
And
gross.
He's got. I'm like, you're 13. Why so much?
Yeah, I had him shaving at 11. I mean, I've got
Yeah,
Shaving, wait. Shaving his face or his
his
cheeks?
face.
no his face.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because y'all said
Amanda.
buckwheat in a headlock.
Amanda.
I
That was the Amanda.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was talking about his
Dang.
armpits when I said that. But yeah, no, he was
But,
shaving.
okay, no, Aiden does not have any armpit hair, but I did just because as a mother, I want to know where he's at developmentally. I did ask him, I was like, "Do you have hair down there?" And he was like, "Ugh."
Gross
Aw.
question, Mom.
And I was like,
So weird.
Look, I'm like,
That's a little
just,
much.
I'm like, just tell me. And he was like, "Yes."
Oh,
I was like, "All right, you know."
good.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
a little ginger kid. He's so cute.
yeah, Griffin's
Aw.
screwed though. I mean, I grow a beard overnight, and so his facial hair came in so early. Like we
You
had him
weren't
shaving at 11.
though. You were shaving at 16.
Yeah,
Crazy
I
because
know.
Aiden hasn't started shaving. I've noticed some peach fuzz above his lip that I've been like keeping track of.
Yeah, I don't think Griffin's totally normal for a 13-year-old. Like, as
not
much
body hair
hair
wise.
as-
He is a gorilla.
Oh well, yeah, I've seen.
And he's taller than I am. Like, he looks like he's 17. Legit. Like,
Yeah,
looks like
I
he's
saw
17.
those pictures of Griffin and Aiden's. I mean, he's what? He's above my shoulders, but he's tall and lanky and skinny, and you know, it's not that I underfeed him or anything. He's built like I and his sperm donor was. And no, I did not go to a bank. And
I
get
know what you're
sperm.
saying.
But you know, Brooke, some
I've
people
got,
are
yeah.
dumb-
I've
some
got
people
plenty of
are
friends
dumb
with
enough-
sperm
some people
donor
are dumb
father.
enough to be like, "Amanda, you went to a sperm bank at 19?"
No.
I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
Yeah. What that means is it was just, like, he is not in Aiden's life, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
All he
exactly
did was
right.
bless you with a child and then peace out like the piece of shit.
Well,
he
I'm sure
probably
it's
is.
everybody's better off
Yeah.
anyway. Sounds like you're doing a great
Exactly.
job.
No,
Yes.
you are right.
Exactly.
We are so better off. without him in my life and Aiden's life. He's a piece of shit.
Well, at least you got Aiden out of it.
I did. And he's such a sweet boy.
Oh, I love a little boy.
Yeah, I saw too. You had posted a Facebook post the other day, and I totally get it. I'm sure Brooke does too. We both get it. With where you kind of responded to people, like where you were saying he knows about the podcast, he doesn't listen to it, but he knows about it. Shut your fucking mouths if you're trying to tell me how to parent. He's a great kid. Suck my dick.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. Mm-hmm. So I high-fived you for that.
He, because he knew we were supposed to podcast this weekend, and so he asked me actually this morning, he's like, how'd the podcast go? I was like, well, we didn't do it this weekend, and so we're going to do it tonight. Like, he's so happy for me that I'm doing something that makes me happy. Other than fucking, go to work and then come back home and do, the same old routine. Like, I'm doing something outside that makes me happy. So he's really, really happy for me. He's got the soul of fucking baby Jesus, if that's even if that existed or not. But he's literally the sweetest kid. Right, yes. Okay.
Who did that?
That was Randall.
That smelled terrible too.
I give that a 10.
It was directly in my face. Too.
Oh, it smelled so bad.
We have to share a mic with the phone hooked up, so I'm like, oh.
Okay, yeah.
You saved that for me.
Said it's 11 since you did it in your face.
So that kind of like, do you ever have people that try and have you dial back like the language and the content of the shit you talk about on y'all's podcast?
Nope.
No.
Good.
No.
Yeah, you never should.
No.
But
yeah.
Oh, I never will. Like, I mean, I've had people try to change me. Amanda don't change.
Oh no. No.
Amanda doesn't fucking change.
What you see is what you get. I love it.
I am stuck in my fucking ways. That's why I have had friends. Chris and I go sailing every summer, and it's on a catamaran bogey. So, it goes fast, and there's just a net. What? Hobie. I'm sorry. God. Anyways.
Amanda.
But I would post a bunch of photos of like, oh, I'm sailing. And I actually had one of my high school friends that lives in, not far from here, send me a message and say, why don't you post more pictures of Aiden and not of you sailing? Okay. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because, number one, my son hates for me to take photos of him.
He really does. I'm vouch for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't like.
He does not like to be exploited.
Well, and it's none of her fucking business. Like, that's your kid. You can post whatever pictures you want. I'd be like, bye, bitch. I'll post whatever pictures I want, and none of your business. None ya.
Exactly. So I was like infuriated about that. But yeah, I mean, my mom knows that I'm raising him right. My sister does. Chris does. He's here. If he's on my kid's emergency list. He is the emergency person.
Nice.
Yeah, he's smart. He's making great grades, everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
Well, then.
I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, you hear us, we're damn, crude as can be. And it's our fun way, our way to do something together and, have a good time and laugh. It's definitely not for everybody, and we don't give a shit if it's not for you, then cool, but.
And we tell
exactly.
Yeah,
and Griffin doesn't listen to it, he knows that it's we're having a good time, and
I think if he made the mistake of listening to it and then heard us talking about like all the sex that we have, he'd be like, "Oh my God, bye."
Yeah. Yeah.
If he makes the mistake of listening to it.
Aiden knows that we're on iTunes, but I don't think he knows the name of the show. To be honest with you.
I think Griffin knows ours because I've shown him like our merch and stuff.
Yeah, and when I was wearing that Married AF shirt that one day, he was like, "Oh, you're promoting the podcast."
Yeah, which speaking of Amanda, We
yes,
will. We
I
will.
was about to get to this.
We will. We'll just give you a shirt anyway because you're our very first guest. So you will be getting that new shirt, and we will shoot it to you just for being our very first guest.
T-shirts. We got to get T-shirts made.
I'm
Hey,
so
we'll hook you up too,
glad.
Chris. You know I got you, dog.
What's that?
Well, I'm like an extra small or small,
And what's Chris?
Large.
large.
Cool,
Yeah.
beautiful.
He doesn't look large, but thank you. I mean, I was actually thinking about that. I was actually thinking about a logo in my head.
No, you could do a bunch. I think that the picture that you've got on Twitter is a great fucking
It's brilliant.
snapshot of your podcast, so I wouldn't change it.
Pretty perfect.
It pretty much says everything. Because I was going to tell you, your social media game's tight.
I'll take credit. I took that picture, but she did pose for it. So there you
Yeah,
go.
we had just gotten home from like balling out on New Year's Eve, and I actually tried. I was so drunk. We went to since you're not here, Brooke, they have the La Berge Casino,
Oh.
and it's all fancy and shit.
It's not a
they-
boat?
Is it on a boat?
Yeah, it's on a boat.
Oh, it's on
In
a
Baton
boat.
Rouge, okay. I was about to say, did Baton Rouge go
Money.
land gambling yet, or?
No,
But
but
you can't
you
even-
can't tell it's
you
on a
can't
boat.
even-
Oh, okay. Because the ones I went to in Baton Rouge that were on a boat were ghetto. The ceilings
Yeah,
were like
they were-
4 feet tall. You're like ducking to get through.
Yeah, those are ghetto as fuck. I don't even go gamble, but we went to the New Year's Eve party there, and it was like $40 for each person, and it was open bar.
Nice.
So Amanda was like, I'm gonna drink dirty martinis all night.
Well, it's open
Chris-
bar. Fuck. What are you
Yes.
supposed to do?
Whenever it was time to leave, Chris has a video of me. I'm so wasted. Like, I'm trying to, because that night some girl stole a bottle of tequila and, and she came up to me and she's like, this random bitch that I don't know. And she's like, here, take a shot. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I better film this.
And he filmed it and I chugged tequila.
Well,
Well, when it was, I know, it was, yeah, it was gross. It was so gross. But when it was time to leave, I like went by the bar and there was like a full bottle of wine and I tried to put it in my coat.
I filmed that too.
smooth.
filmed that.
I bet nobody noticed.
Yeah, smooth.
No, they
smooth,
did.
Oh, somebody
Amanda.
noticed, and they were like telling her to put it back.
Yeah,
and
like everybody probably knows. You were like,
Shut up.
shh.
Yeah, I was like, shut the fuck up. Just let me take this bottle of wine, man. We paid for
It's an open bar.
Well, it's amazing. I didn't even have to carry her out of there. There was no fireman's carry or anything.
Nice. Well, that's a
That's
success then.
first.
Walked out.
That
I
is a
walked
success.
out. That's a first, man.
Yeah, we're usually breaking bones or something.
Yeah, I mean, when we go out, we go hard. There's
Nice.
On an event like that, yeah, it's usually
I'm
pretty
tired
Yeah.
just hearing about that.
Yeah, we
Oh, it was so much fun.
She broke
It
her
makes me
wrist
feel
at Jazz
old.
Fest one year.
Oh, God.
yeah we used to go hard in the paint, and now we just can't hang
I
anymore.
know. No,
We-
we're like, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we've
Woo!
tried, and it's just not the same anymore.
Shit.
It is.
You
I mean-
live like a single, all right?
I mean, you're right in your wheelhouse, though. What are you, 33, Amanda?
I'm 33.
Yeah, you're right in the
old.
wheelhouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got about
That's
about
when-
3 to 5 more years.
That's
of,
when we were
But-
going fucking
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Chris
Chris
is 51.
51, all right?
are you shitting me?
Shut the front door.
I am tearing it up.
No.
I'm about to hang up this damn phone.
I am tearing it up.
Shut your asses.
Y'all are amateurs. You need to crank it up a notch.
Damn, you look great for 51, sir. If that's not a joke,
Fuck me.
that's crazy.
Yeah, you're. Well, now
He
we're
is-
assholes because
He
we're
is
39.
51. He is 50 fucking one.
What a
That's why
champion. Chris is my hero now.
Yeah.
Whenever my family's like, oh, you should marry him, I'm like, I'm 33 and he's
He's
51.
51. Yeah, there's a little difference there.
Yeah, he'll be dead soon. There's no time.
3 or 4 more years,
Yeah.
it's done.
He's creeping up on his first heart attack any year now.
Get a good life insurance policy and marry Amanda.
Oh no, I know it's already in the works. It's earning the works. He
I
like
need to write it
I'm-
in my will.
yeah, I'm gonna be written in his will. So is Aiden. Aiden's gonna have a college fund set up.
Nice.
Well, beautiful. I mean, I can see it. I see the future. It's
Life
gonna
partners. You don't need to get married. Just
Happen. Nah,
be.
you can nowadays. You know, who gives a
I
shit?
can see us as life partners.
Partners.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
whatever
see
it
us
is.
as life partners.
Hey, so I've got to ask though. Where did the fascination with gigolos come in?
It's just funny as hell.
I had actually watched every season, and we were looking
Just like
for
by yourself on a Wednesday night, you just
No,
like gigolos.
It was with my ex-boyfriend. Actually, got me to watch it. This was years ago because it's so old now. And we were looking for something to watch, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you to watch this show, Gigolos," because we both watched Sanctum, and Sanctum is like really fucking hot. I mean,
Have y'all watched that?
No, Sanctum?
Oh yeah.
yes
You
on Showtime.
Yeah, we
You're
don't
gonna
have
want a
Showtime
podcast
anymore.
about that.
I mean, both of y'all will get boners.
Well, I told
I got a
you.
boner every episode.
You know about. You know how I told you we're friends with Marcus Bagwell, Buff Bagwell, that was on.
Yes, and okay, I need another beer. Okay, go get beer. But I talked to Chris about it, and we actually watched that episode. And
Yeah.
we actually,
Right
He was-
before you brought it.
yeah, we had actually watched that episode, and we were like, "What the fuck is this dude doing on here?" Like,
Oh,
That's
y'all didn't
Buff
know,
Daddy.
Y'all didn't know who he was?
no, we had no idea who he was.
Oh.
We just knew he was.
Chris,
like,
you didn't watch
an-
wrestling? What the fuck?
No, he doesn't watch
You're a
wrestling.
southern
He's,
dude?
he's a 51-year-old. Southern
Yeah, but
dude,
wrestling's been
he's-
around forever.
Okay, Chris, if you saw Chris is square as fuck.
L7. L7.
yes. Yeah, compared to me.
Comparison, yes.
Well, maybe that's why y'all balance
But
each
that's
other
the,
out.
Yeah, that's the yin and the yang of y'all's relationship.
Probably so.
You can't
Yeah.
have two balls to the wall Amanda's, or
No, that would
the-
explode.
Oh, no.
You'd burn the house down.
He can go balls to the wall, but if you look at him and his wardrobe, he looks like a square as motherfucker. I'm not lying.
Do you think I should wear some more concert T-shirts or something?
That's
No, you just don't need to wear like the jeans where
So
they
I'm
stop.
from work.
I know, but I don't like the dad jeans.
oh.
Well, I asked you to go
It's the
jean
pleats.
shopping with me, and
Yeah.
you
I'm just saying.
Does he iron his jeans to a pleat in the middle?
No, fuck no.
Okay, good.
I ain't his ex-wife. I am not his ex-wife.
Beautiful. Well, do you guys? We got some listener questions. You guys want to stay on and help us answer those, or do y'all got to run?
I mean, we were gonna podcast tonight too, but if this is all gonna air, I mean, I would love to help put my input on some questions.
All right. Well, we can do shit. I mean, we could do it either way. Like, we could send you. Could we send her this episode as an email, and so she could post it as theirs too? Y'all could post it as y'all's episode as well.
Do like a
if we
crossover.
stayed on the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a cross-reference.
Absolutely, we could.
Yeah.
That would be great.
All right. Well, we'll just do that. We'll email it to y'all. Y'all can post it up as yours, and then we'll swap that someday. We'll come on y'all's and do the same shit.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
perfect.
Yeah, I told Chris tonight, I was like, yeah, we got to call into them on Monday, like next Monday, so we can do that.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Because people, I mean, like Brooke said, we're like second cousins.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all are only a couple states away.
Yeah, we're too similar in our content and in like our length of time podcasting. It's pretty amazing. We kind
Yeah,
of
when did
found
y'all
each other
start?
at the same time.
Oh, you said the drinking word. Drink,
Did
Chris.
they
Yep.
drink?
Randall said it.
What?
What was the word?
Amazing.
Oh, amazing.
Oh.
Drink again.
Hey, so
That's
you
our
said
drinking.
it.
That is our drinking word.
Well, we just joined you in a drink.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to drink every time you hear that word.
Yeah.
Well,
Because we
Brooke,
say it a lot.
Brooke's got our first question. Go with that one first.
This one?
Yeah, and
Okay.
you guys, we'll give you guys the chance to chime in first, and then we'll follow up.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
probably more for Amanda.
I don't think Chris will know this one.
Yeah, I don't think Chris will be familiar with this one. Am I wrong to expect sex when pregnant? So is this from a girl or a guy? Because I know as a girl,
From a girl.
I was super horny when I was pregnant.
No, I would say
Okay.
yes.
So Chris, I'm gonna need
okay.
you to answer about when you were pregnant. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was pregnant. I had no baby daddy, but somehow I got a boyfriend. So I fucked while I was pregnant.
Boom.
Boom.
So, boom. Yes.
No, I mean I don't think
Sure.
it's wrong to ever expect sex ever.
No, you.
No,
You.
expect it, right.
I had sex while I was pregnant.
I mean, I would imagine women are super horny pregnant. All that, those hormonal
Yeah.
rages and
Yeah.
changes
Oh, yeah.
and shit.
Well, like, yeah, it's a roller coaster ride. You remember it was.
Oh, we shagged like crazy. I had no problem
Yeah. I mean,
shagging
you're
your pregnant
super
ass.
horny when you're pregnant.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little unfair because it's like, especially like you get all big and huge, and then you're like, why? Because I can't barely
Yeah,
move
your
around.
significant other is not big and huge, so you're just like, but yeah, it's still so good to get fucked while you're pregnant. Yeah, you should expect sex while you're pregnant.
Yeah, it's never wrong.
Well, we don't want you to judge us based on the kind of questions that you hear the listeners asking, but they're awesome. But this next one is very classy.
Oh gosh.
This is, and this was written in especially for Amanda. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It-
Oh, you're gonna
It's-
ask that
yeah.
one? Oh,
does anal
Jesus.
feel like pooping?
Yes, it does.
That's a real question. I promise you
I've
on
done
Twitter.
anal. I
Does
did
it feel
anal
like
with
pooping?
I did anal with my first boyfriend because
It's never the girl's idea ever.
no, well, I mean, we couldn't do vaginal for certain reasons, which may come in like another episode.
Okay.
It wasn't, it was just we couldn't do it. Yeah,
But
the A word. The A word. But anyways, I don't care about sharing about that. I don't care about that. So we had no choice but to do anal, but he made it enjoyable. So it didn't
All right.
feel
So-
it didn't I mean you had to prep. I mean shit, I did
size matter on that.
So was he a
I
teeny tiny cock guy?
I did an enema before I did anal.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that is serious prep work.
That
Yes,
is
girl, I don't want to be
hardcore.
Man, I knew people in high school that shit on dudes.
Gross.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
shitting on a dude when I was like 22.
All right, I had a question. What about pegging?
I haven't done that
Oh,
yet.
pegging.
What is pegging? Why do I
I
not know
think
that?
That's
pegging
that's
is where the girl puts like a little dick strap on, right, Chris? Like just barely
Yes.
like
Yeah.
pumps into your
I
butthole.
haven't done that
The
yet.
only reason I know
Brad?
about that is because of what's
Broad City.
Broad City.
Ah.
I have not done that yet. It is on my quest.
If you're willing to do an enema,
Yo,
I could see you pegging
Well, yeah.
pegging the shit out of Chris.
Yeah. But
We're just friends. We're just friends. Best friends. We're best friends.
we're just best friends. But
That's awesome.
No, I think anal sex, it makes you feel like you want to shit on yourself. It's a normal reaction.
well, yeah.
If you're not a porn star getting a
Right.
dick in the ass every fucking day, your body is it's automatically gonna reject it.
right.
So
Because that's not supposed to. Yeah, that's
it's not supposed to go up there.
it's exit only.
I am
And I
blown
haven't
away.
had anal sex in years, and I won't do it ever again.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm blown away that we turned that question into a legit question and you answered it with the utmost professionalism.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud. That is awesome.
All right.
Well, you may have helped somebody because that guy was legit when he asked, "Does it feel like pooping?"
Was he asking for a
It
friend
does.
like he was about
It
to
does.
try it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he was like a gay
Well,
guy
you
or.
gotta, I mean, if you feel like you're gonna shit on yourself, you gotta like squeeze your butthole
Mm.
because if you feel like you're gonna poo, you gotta kind of like squeeze it. So yeah, it does feel like you're gonna shit on yourself.
You got to pinch it off.
I don't even know if that was a boy, a guy, or
Exactly,
a girl that
piss
asked
it
that
off.
question. It was like a
You got the next one, babe?
yeah. All right.
I mean, you couldn't have saved that one for last.
No, but go ahead.
All right. So my husband never says I'm sorry or I was wrong. I know he is, but why can't he say it? Well, because he's a bitch.
Oh, fuck that dude.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that,
I think it's because if in all seriousness,
Ego.
for guys, it's definitely
Yeah,
an ego
it's
thing.
it's an ego trip.
And that's the worst. That's the biggest killer of a relationship.
Right.
I mean, guys are guilty. We're fucking
Yeah.
insecure and scared of shit like
Well,
little
it's just
bitches.
gonna build up resentment.
Oh yeah, you gotta
That-
admit when you're wrong.
That,
You
but
have to.
that's a definite ego trip.
Yeah.
Like that. No, that shit does not fly.
Yeah, I don't know how you correct that either, though. Like, I
neither.
mean,
Well, it is correctable. I mean, it's something that I've had to work on. I can admit it. I mean, I'm not perfect like everyone thinks.
stop saying he's
Stop
perfect.
saying I'm
y'all.
perfect, guys. I know.
Randall, you're so perfect.
I know, but
The
I do.
man's always perfect.
Guys,
I
Yeah,
do-
Amanda's always
No,
perfect.
the man is always perfect.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, I've had to
okay.
work on it to specifically say the words, because what I would do for a long time is I would like show the behavior of being sorry, like my actions would show that I was sorry, but I wouldn't say the words.
yeah.
And so I've definitely made it a point to work
No,
on that,
and
where
you'll
I
say
actually
it.
say I was wrong, you're
Yeah.
right, and I'm sorry.
No, you do that, and it's,
And-
I don't know when you started that, but it blows me away every time.
Yeah, no, that is so manly of you, because a lot of men just don't like to fucking swallow
Yeah.
their pride for 2 seconds and just say, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how you
It's
lose
a-
a good woman.
It's definitely an ego thing. And
Man.
if a woman stays with a man like that, I mean, obviously there has to be a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah. No, and that's not even something that I ever like. I don't even think we've been together almost 10 years.
You know, but it does work both ways. You know, I swallowed my pride for 20 years and it didn't do any good.
Oh, yeah. Chris was married to a cunt.
Oh no, I agree with Chris. It can definitely go both ways, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can swallow your pride and say you're sorry all day long, and it doesn't do any good.
Yeah.
Oh no, when you're with the wrong person, you're with the wrong person. Me and Brooke have both been divorced, and so we've been through it prior. And
Yeah.
that was kind of our main goal of our podcast, is through all the fuckery and the fun and the
I've never
gross
been married.
stuff. Is
Mark,
at the end of the day,
I
we
know.
want people to know you can be married and still be fun and shit and enjoy each other.
that's true. That's true. I
And
agree.
so
I agree.
when
with
you're
that.
with the wrong person and you know it, God, you
Yep.
just got to cut it the fuck off.
Yeah.
You got to cut that cord.
Yeah, cut that shit off ASAP.
well,
Yeah.
I wish I'd have.
Well,
done
the
that.
hindsight's 2020, right, Chris?
That's it. That's it.
He let that shit go on for 20 years.
I
yeah.
cannot believe
You know.
Chris is 51 years
No,
old.
I'm still fucking like.
I don't know if I do believe it. Yeah, I think y'all are fucking with us.
Because I swear I just saw a picture of y'all on Facebook like earlier, and I
I
was
thought
like,
he was in his mid 30s.
right. I thought he was like this, like, yeah.
Oh, look at you, high five.
Yeah.
He's a bald mid-30s person.
Well,
Yeah.
Randall's been shaving his head bald
Most of my
since what,
hair's
your
gone.
20s?
Yeah, I've shaved my head since I was in my early 20s.
Yeah. So
Oh, Chris
See?
has never shaved his head.
Yeah. Maybe that's my next
It's-
gig. I'm gonna go for the shaved head.
It's never shaved.
Yeah, I went early so I could go out on my own terms. I was doomed with a horrible hairline.
yeah.
No, I keep it short as hell.
He keeps
I
it
couldn't
short,
go any
and those
shorter.
little hairdressers, they get the few hairs on top, and they cut that shit.
As long as you don't have a comb over, then we're straight. But bald is
No, I
sexy.
mean-
I'm just saying.
That's good.
It's
I'm getting that.
I can probably count
No.
the hairs that are on his bald spot.
I thought you were going to say on his ball sack. And I was like, y'all are way more than best
No,
friends.
I cannot count the hairs.
If
on
you've
his
counted
bald
the hairs
spot.
on his ball sack.
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda, do you know Jody from Po Boys podcast?
No, I don't.
I thought that he follows you, I think, and I thought he's given you your podcast a shout out before.
Did he?
On Twitter. I may be wrong, but I know he
He
follows
probably
you.
did give me the shout out, but I get so and fuck like my earplugs I have the iPhone 10, and y'all know how the earplugs, like, there's only one hole.
Yeah, I have an iPhone 10, and I went to go plug in the thing to do this call with y'all, and I was like, fuck, let me go get my adapter.
Yes, and I don't have my adapter. It's at a fuckboy's house.
Oh.
Boyfriend.
No,
Oh,
A
another one.
fuck boy.
no, restaurant
Another one.
boy. Yeah, he's got my adapter, so I had to get the adapter from him. It's been there for like 2 months.
Could have bought a new one by now.
I want that one because it's free.
Well,
I'm just saying, it came with my fucking phone. It's free.
I mean, we see him every
It's
Monday.
$1,000 phone. You got to take what you can get for free from Apple, for fuck's sake.
I know, and I told him, I went and watched him play at La Carreta last Wednesday, and I was like, hey, yo, you did really good. I need my adapter.
Hey,
like,
you got that adapter?
hey,
Yeah,
bitch boy.
and he
Where's
works
my
at La
adapter?
I
Carreta.
don't think he's going to remember.
He's
because,
probably like, huh? I threw that shit away. I don't know what that is.
you know, he's not going to remember to bring it because we've been going there every Monday for the last 2 years, and he couldn't remember what beers we drank tonight.
That's subpar.
I know, but he also didn't think that Chris knew that we were fucking for like, what, 4 months? Like 3 months? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Chris knew. Chris knew. That's-
I
That
like
was
that.
my little 24-year-old fuck boy.
I love that you call him your fuck boy.
Yeah.
That's
That's
exactly what it
incredible.
was.
It's a millennial term, babe.
But no, I mean, it was literally, we were just friends, and we would hang out, and then we'd fuck, and then that was it. And it was like, bye.
We don't know. I don't.
That
yeah.
is so naughty.
I know.
Hey, but
As a single mom, I think you have many. I've had many boy toys in my life to where it's literally they come over, we fuck, and then it's like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
hey,
Later.
no judgment here. I'm
Bye.
all. You have every right to whatever you want. I think it's fantastic to own what you're going to do. If you want fuck boys, you go get them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I'm single and I'm not interested in anybody, then I'll get a little fuckboy just to, fulfill my needs as a woman, because
But then you don't want
You
anybody tying you down, trying to get up in your business and your kids' business.
And you have needs as a woman. So of course I would have little fuckboys here and there.
No, it's totally fair and a valid point.
Oh.
But we got one more question that a friend of ours was asked earlier in the episode, but I want to run it by both of you and get your answers before we wrap up. And
Okay.
this question was from one of our listeners that wrote in, and what he basically asked was his wife had asked him if it was okay for them to introduce a dildo into the relationship. And the husband, didn't want to be a dick, so he said, of course, sure, honey. So she brought the dildo, and at first he was fine with it. And he said in the question, after a couple weeks, I kind of started doing the math and realized that the dildo was much bigger than his average size whiner. And now he can't look at his wife or the dildo the same way.
That's a tough
What
question.
Okay.
does he do?
There's no reason to be like, I can't look at my wife or the dildo the same way. Okay, that's just
I think it's the
Retarded.
size of the dildo.
it's okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if he doesn't feel comfortable using the dildo, then he should talk to his wife. But if he feels comfortable with the fact that he's pleasing his wife with that dildo, well, then continue on with it.
Preach.
It's either it's black and white.
That's a good answer.
It's either you accept the fact that she enjoys that, or you don't, and then you need to talk to your wife about it.
Oh, 100%. We're on the
Yeah.
same page. But what if
Yeah.
the dildo is getting more attention than him?
Again.
Well, as long as he's getting satisfied, I think.
Okay. You said this is your friend. So I'm going to ask you a question. If you can't answer, that's fine. But is he getting satisfied from seeing his wife being pleasured with this dildo?
Oh, I don't know. The question was sent in for us to ask my friend for his advice. It wasn't my friend that sent it in. It was just a listener.
Okay.
So, no, that's a great, I wish I knew that part, but from reading it, the way it sounds to me is that the guy feels like his wife is more into
Feels
the,
like he feels insignificant.
yeah, that she likes the dildo more than him.
Well, then he needs to either man up and say something,
Step his game up.
or if he gets off, with using that dildo on her, then that's a plus. But if he feels uncomfortable with it now, at this point, he needs to say something. And then I think the dildo should just probably be taken on the picture if he's uncomfortable with it.
What if she says, I choose the dildo? Get out.
Well, then.
Okay, there's the problem. Because I'd probably be that bitch to be like, I like that dildo.
Goodbye.
I like that dildo, though. I like that dildo, though.
See you around.
So that's a taste of the questions that we get.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten any questions. We're still waiting to get questions.
Well, maybe somebody listening now, since we're going to drop all of your info, and that you guys are willing to take the same type of questions. I'm sure some listeners will blow your asses up with some naughty questions now.
Yeah, because I love to talk about sex. I love sex. I love to talk about sex. Even though I didn't have sex with my boyfriend yesterday, I still love to talk about sex.
Well, and you got Chris over there with 51 fucking years of experience.
51 fucking years.
That dude, I mean, shit. Were you in Nam? Did you fight in Nam?
He said, "Were you in Nam?"
I mean, he's got war stories from Vietnam. And,
We like the 70s for that.
He's got war stories, let me tell you.
that is incredible shit.
I love war stories. I have lots of war stories.
Yeah, because I have fucking beat this motherfucker around, let me tell you.
Hey,
It's funny.
What?
get them to do their social media shout outs.
Oh, okay, yeah. So before we go, I guess shout out all your social media stuff, and then
Go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
you do my social media?
Yeah.
Okay. On Twitter, Blunt Mommy. Blunt_Mommy podcast. Well, I think it's just Blunt Mommy _.
Yeah,
It's just Blunt_Mommy. But we're Blunt Mommy podcast. And it's Amanda and
Chris.
we are here to partake.
Word.
Did they say their email?
I don't know if I
Word.
have one.
Do you have an email?
Our email is bluntmommy@yahoo.com.
Sweet.
Email us anytime. Yeah, we want emails. We haven't gotten
Yeah.
any emails. We want fucking emails. I wanna like answer perverted questions.
Yeah,
I hope the guy that asked about the anal feeling like pooping feels free to
and that's
just dominate your inbox.
Amanda, that's on our Twitter. I mean, he retweeted our request for questions and asked about it, so you can probably hit up that person directly and be like, I want
your
fucking
anal
questions.
questions.
I want the anal question.
Oh.
The dildo question.
Yeah.
Send us the anal and the dildo question.
Yeah, if we get flooded with them, obviously.
Well, we love you guys. We're fans of the show. For a while now of listening to you guys. I think you guys are awesome and got, if you guys ever, keep on putting out episodes. I mean, you just got the magnet there with Amanda's personality and willingness to say anything. That is pure entertainment value.
Yeah. It is.
Randall, that is so sweet. That went straight to the heart.
You're welcome.
My cousins in Georgia.
Georgia.
Well, we will.
Our cousins in Baton Rouge.
Well, no, I had to say it all. I had to say it all ghetto because some people say Georgia, but I mean, obviously, I would say Georgia.
I get it. I feel you with the
Yeah,
Georgia.
dude, I'm from Pineville, Louisiana. We are
Country.
freaking yes, girl, we are
Country.
country.
Yeah, I told Randall. I said she's from Pineville. That is country.
Where?
Yes. Okay. How do y'all? I'm not gonna say the word, but how do y'all say the freezing cubes in the ice box?
Ice.
The freezing.
Like
Ice cubes.
say like my mom says ice.
Oh, ice. Yeah.
Ah,
Ice. Yeah.
Ice.
yeah, that's super country.
Ooh.
And then it's rice.
Oh, rice.
Yeah, rice.
Hey, so who do you want us to email this episode to in the format? Do you want us to send it to your Blunt Mommy email?
Yeah, send it to that and then we'll upload it
All right, so it's bluntmommy.
at yahoo.com.
All right, perfect.
No space, no underscore.
Yeah, no space. Well, I literally just said bluntmommy.com.
I did.
You didn't have to
Yeah.
say afterwards.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight over this.
Well, cool. Well, Brooke will run the episode through the compressor and get it all sounding good, and then we'll shoot it over to you.
Sounds great.
Yes. Are y'all going to put it on y'all's episode tonight or
Yeah.
you're going to put it on like a bonus episode?
No, we normally record on Mondays, so we'll put it out. Yeah, it's just going to be our like episode 14 or whatever the fuck we are.
Yeah, and then y'all post it as your next
Well-
episode too.
We'll post it out tonight too. If it
We
goes
will. Yeah.
Word.
Perfect.
Word.
All right. Well, so
Oh
awesome
my
to talk
God,
to you
but
guys.
We gotta do this more often.
Let's do it.
through. Fun. This has been fun.
No,
Oh.
it has really been fun. I feel like we've connected with people that are they're like as weird as me. So I like it.
Absolutely.
Almost weird. Almost.
Almost as weird as me.
They got a little ways to go. They'll catch up, I think.
Uh,
Maybe not.
Yeah, and we'll come on, do the same thing with you guys whenever we, need to fill space, or what we might do actually, which would be a very funny segment, is when we get a super nasty, naughty question, we will call you directly.
Look,
Yeah, call us up.
we need to bring in Amanda and Chris
Yeah,
on
we got
this
to bring
one.
in
Yeah.
the relief pitcher for this
Got to
question.
bring in the professional.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
I
we,
will answer any question. I don't care if I'm at work. Well, no, y'all record at 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't be at work. But no, if I see Brooke Feller calling me, I'm gonna answer the phone and be like, "Hey ho, what's up?"
well,
Hell yeah.
that's perfect.
So then we can go to the questions.
Well, if we call around this time, you will know that we have an emergency question that we cannot answer.
An
Oh,
emergency naughty
will-
time question.
I will always answer for naughty time questions.
All right.
Beautiful. Well,
Hell
you
yeah.
guys take care tonight, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God!
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much
Thank y'all.
for like wanting us on y'all's podcast.
Fantastic.
It means the world.
Absolutely. This was fun. Y'all have a wonderful night and cheers.
Y'all will.
All right,
Y'all-
y'all too.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was that.
Yeah. All right. So now we can just shout out our social media. What are you doing? Coke. At Married AF Podcast on Instagram, at Married as Fuck on Twitter, and Married AF Podcast on Facebook. Like us, follow us, poke us, whatever the fuck.
Most importantly, go fuck thyself.
Bye.